a small key and...
Taking that, I immediately grabbed that and put it in my fucking waistband. Nope, no, mine, keeping it, just in case. Nope, I want that. That's protection. That's a nice-ass revolver.
Gun?
Yeah, a revolver.
Immediately getting shoved into my waistband.
It looks pretty old.
I wonder if this is a replica.
Junpei reached down slowly and cautiously and picked up the revolver. In his hands, it felt heavy.
This thing is...
He checked the cylinder. There were 6 bullets. Oh, if it's real, I'm definitely shoving that in my waistband and saying, "Have a nice time, guys. This is my protection."
Are these real bullets?
Test fire. The barrel was rifled, and nothing seemed to be blocking it. As Ace had said, the gun was a very old one. However, it appeared to have been well maintained if it was a real gun. Junpei thought it would most likely function perfectly. If it was real.
Oh, if this is real?
I'm shoving this in my waistband and not worrying about a damn thing.
Oh.
Someone tries to fucking run up on me, shoot him dead. Holding the gun made Junpei feel unpleasant. Carefully, he placed it back in the coffin. Fuck that shit.
You're not gonna take it?
Yeah, no shit. If the guy puts it back, I immediately pick it up and put it in my pants and like, fuck you guys. I'm keeping this shit.
Of course not. All something like this is gonna do is cause more trouble.
Yeah, but it also gives you a certain amount of security.
It's a powerful weapon that gives one person a huge advantage.
Which is why I take it.
Something like that would be way too dangerous to have around. We're in enough danger already.
If you have it, then you have that powerful advantage.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Yeah, dumbass.
Maybe Zero put this gun here, hoping that something like that might happen.
Or not.
In other words, maybe he put it here to make us fight each other.
Yeah, someone's going to take it. I guarantee it.
In that case, we should most certainly leave it here. I, for one, have no desire to let Zero control me.
Actually, what you could do is just throw it into the furnace if you really want it to be gone forever.
Me neither.
Though there's not, they had no desire to be under Zero's control either.
Okay, we've got that figured out. But you aren't gonna leave that key in there, are you?
No, hell
Of
no.
course not. We'll take that with us.
Yeah, P.S. I'm coming back and stealing that gun. Junpei picked up the rusty key and slid the top of the coffin back into place, and the gun back where they had found it. Oh, we can leave. Leaving. Leaving. Fuck everything else here. Leaving. Let's just put this key here, and yes, sounds like that did it. Yay! Looks like it's open, Jumpy. I see. This key should open this door. Hey, what are you waiting for? Let's go. Yes, it's opening. Take me away from that stupid pin thing forever and ever. I don't want to fucking do that ever again. Please. Please. Please, no. I'm saving because, oh my god, I don't want to do that ever again. Swear to God, game, if you make me do a puzzle that difficult again, I'll kill myself. The hallway that left the cargo room headed straight toward the stern.
A long hallway, huh?
Let's check it out.
Junpei and the other 3 proceeded down it silently. Some distance along it, a large room opened up on the left-hand side. It looked familiar. Oh, hey, it's the other side. An iron grate covered each of the elevators. Junpei and his companions drew to a stop and began to discuss what the next move should be.
We've seen this elevator before.
We got off the one on the left just a little while ago.
Then we went through the number 6 door, and that took us to the engine room.
Yes, and after that we passed through the cargo room.
And now we're back here.
In other words, we made a loop. We're back where we started.
Well, no, we're on the other side of the grate, though. Junpei approached the elevator.
We needed a card to get to this point.
I don't see a card reader here.
Perhaps we aren't able to activate it from this location.
Why don't you just try pushing the button?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Gently, he pushed the triangle button on the wall. A moment passed. Huh.
It works!
Yeah. Because you needed a card to get to the elevator, and then go through the number door to get to this point, so there would be no point in the card. The elevator door opened and then eventually shut again.
I think so.
I think it worked, and no, it obviously worked. Pushing the button had apparently restored power to the elevator.
Good. Now we can go back if we need to.
What do we do? Should we return to C-Deck?
No, let's finish exploring this floor.
No, this hallway keeps going. Even
Yeah.
if we do end up going back, I think we should see what's down there first.
I agree. Let's go.
Their decision made, Junpei and his companions left the elevators behind and continued down the hallway. Sometime later,
Looks like it ends here.
Sana, who had been walking several paces in front of the rest, suddenly stopped.
Only one door.
They searched around just in case.
There isn't anything else. It's the only way to go.
Let's go. It was the door, this door or nothing.
All right, let's open it.
Junpei took a deep breath, readied himself, and then grabbed the doorknob and pulled the door open. He paused for a moment, then stepped through into the room. And there he saw the number that had hung over their heads since they'd woken up. Oh, baby, a 9 door. Let's get the fuck out of here. 7, get your ass over here. I'm leaving. Fuck everyone here. Oh my god, yes. Thank you, God. 7, I swear to God, get your fat ass down here.
The 9 door.
Like the numbers on every other door, this one too was a rough shape made of red paint. The door was set into the back wall of the room. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Junpei leapt toward it with a sudden burst of hopeful energy. It was a large double door, heavy and full of a solemn importance. He grabbed the door handle and shook.
Of course it wouldn't be that easy.
The red towel on the wall next to the door. Displayed on
Vacant. Huh. We finally found it.
it, Junpei felt himself overwhelmed by a torrent of emotion. At last, he found the exit, but cold gripped his heart, and he knew all too well why. As he stood frozen, unsure of what to think or feel.
Jumpy!
Huh?
Look! Behind you!
What? He spun around and couldn't believe what he saw.
What? A 9 door.
Oh,
There's
2.
another one. Why?
Because there's only a max of 5 people can go through each one. Junpei's voice was barely audible even to himself. He stumbled forward toward the second door as if somehow compelled. It was a small single door. It sat on the starboard center of this room on the same wall as the door they'd entered from, but in the opposite corner.
It's 9, no matter how you look at it. The red is there too. So this is a real one?
They never said there's only one 9 door. Junpei shook the door handle pointlessly and muttered to himself.
Why? Why the hell are there 2 doors?
It was Sana who answered.
There were always 2 doors. I mean, if you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only one door with a 9 on it.
Yeah, he just said seek a door with a 9.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Never said one door carried a 9.
Of course, we just assumed that there was only one. After all, why would there be more than one?
Oh, man.
We fell for it. There are 2 doors. That means that all 9 people who had met at the central staircase could escape. No one would be left behind.
Yep.
Now it makes sense why the bracelets are numbers. 1 through 9. Divided into teams of 4 and 5 people. The digital root of both teams ends up being 9. Take 1278 and 34569 for example.
Well, what
The
the fuck?
digital root for both teams would be 9.
Yeah.
Or 2349 and 15678. The digital root is still 9. There are a bunch of combinations that work and they all end up the same way. If one team has the digital root of 9, so would the other one.
Yep.
What does that mean? The answer's simple. From the very beginning, the Nonary game was designed to save all 9 people.
Yeah, there's a way to get out.
That's how it was meant to be. Zero didn't lie. He never said there'd be only one 9 door. But anyone who'd found themselves in the game would have assumed that was the case. Fights would have broken out.
Yep.
One team would likely betray or deceive the other. Someone might be hurt. Someone might get killed. But eventually, they'd reach this very same room and realize how pointless all their infighting was.
Yep, and that's how you really fuck with someone.
There were 2 doors. There was no need to kill each other.
Yeah, but we haven't killed each other. They'd understand and be appalled, overwhelmed with guilt at what they'd done.
This game was designed for that purpose.
Yep,
This nonary game.
fucked up,
We
isn't
were all
it?
arguing and fighting over doors at the beginning.
When it really didn't matter.
But if there had been one slip up, one tiny mistake that led to more, everything could have been so much worse now.
The thought of it sent a chill down his spine.
So, what are we going to do, Junpei?
I'm gonna get 7 and I'm leaving. Me and June and 7 are fucking out of here. A voice broke through Junpei's frantic thoughts. Sana's voice.
Oh, right.
Hey, keep it together, man.
Sorry.
Jeez. So what do we do?
What do you...
We need to think about our next step.
Our numbers are 1, 3, 5, and 6. That's a digital root of 6.
Yeah.
The 4 of us can't open the number 9 door.
The 4. Wait, don't tell me.
Yep. There's one combination that'll let 3 of us open the 9 door. That's why I'm asking, what now?
What now?
What now? Oh, I can leave June, right? It took him no time at all to determine the answer. There was only one combination of 3 people that would give a digital root of 9. 1, 3, 5, 9. That would mean
No, we gotta go back.
that wasn't a possibility he was willing to consider. Sana and Ace agreed.
Yep.
I agree. We cannot leave June behind.
Junpei let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding.
Are you sure?
Yeah, fuck that, because I can grab 7, and then I take June out of here. And then it's like, oh, wow, this is nice.
I don't mind staying.
You're not staying, though. June's body betrayed her true feelings. Her eyes were wet with the beginning of the tears, and her legs shook.
It's okay. There's no way we'd leave you behind.
Sana had said what Junpei had known the moment he'd realized which 3 people could go through the door.
Besides, I'd rather drown at the bottom of the ocean than escape with this sausage fest.
I agree, that's why I'm taking her with me.
Maybe I'll get to go to Atlanta.
Are
Atlantis.
you sure you don't mean Atlantis?
Yeah, maybe I can go to Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta.
Huh? Oh, right.
Oops. Perhaps it was the sudden reassurance that no one wanted to leave June behind, but Junpei laughed harder than he had in some time. Sana and Ace smiled.
You guys.
June blinked tears from her eyes and bit her lip. She didn't seem to know what else to say.
Very well. Best we head back to C-Deck then. We should be able to take the elevator we passed earlier.
Yep.
Perhaps Clover, 7, and Lotus will have returned from door 1.
Even as they spoke, they knew finding the others wouldn't improve the situation.
Even with all 7 of us.
Ace knew it. They all knew it.
Standing around here isn't going to accomplish anything, don't you agree?
I agree.
Let's find the other
Yes.
3 first, and then search for another solution.
Okay, so fuck. I don't care. I would just say fuck it. While walking with June, just whisper in her ear, "This is my plan at least. Tell me what you think about it." With a yes or a no. Get 7, we leave. Fuck the other people. I don't care. They can fight among themselves. We leave. And that's it.
I guess you're right.
That's all she wrote.
All right, let's go.
Ace looked at all 3 of them, then turned and headed through the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sana and June followed.
Huh.
Junpei started toward the door.
Come to think of it, what is this room?
Didn't seem terribly important now, but what exactly was it?
We were so focused on the doors, we didn't even look around.
That's fair. It's like a chapel. A red carpet ran between 2 columns of wooden benches that ran the length of the room.
Huh. It looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony. But what kind?
Facing the nine door was the carpet leading to the bow of the ship. And at the end, was it an altar perhaps? God, this looks like some sacrifice area. Like you sacrifice someone to leave. There's a small rectangular alcove at the end of the carpet, and inside the alcove was a raised platform. Resting on top of the platform was a coffin.
A coffin? What on earth is a coffin doing in a place like this?
But before Junpei had time to answer that question.
Hey, Junpei, the hell are you doing? Let's move.
Yeah, get the hell out of here. Santa's voice echoed from the hall outside.
Right, okay. I'll be right there.
Junpei turned his heel to and left the quiet, somber room. I'm grabbing 7 and we're getting the fuck out of here. Oh, that's fucked up. Stop it. This is creepy. This is really creepy. That's really fucking creepy. And that can just never happen again, for all I care. They took the elevator up to C deck. Once there, they headed back toward the main hall and the central staircase. It didn't take them long.
Look, it's...
Seven and Lotus.
They didn't look happy.
We've got a problem.
What?
Clover is gone.
God damn it, where'd you go? I don't care. 7, get your ass down here.
What?
Junpei and his 3 companions looked at one another. He turned back to 7 and Lotus.
What do you mean, gone?
Like, fucking vanished, gone. Santa, Ace, and June had their own questions to ask.
When?
Why?
You two went into
Who?
door 1 with Clover, didn't you?
7 and Lotus responded as best they could.
Yeah, we went through the door together.
That's strange.
But Clover barely spoke to us.
That's not strange.
She just did her own thing the whole time.
That's honestly not really that surprising.
Huh.
There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1.
She wouldn't let us into the 4th room.
Why not?
She just said, I'll take care of this one.
Okay, that's fucked up.
And shut the door.
God damn
She must
it.
have blocked it with something on the other side.
Oh my god.
We waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out.
We called for her, but she didn't answer.
So I kicked down the door and we went into the room.
But
She wasn't there, was she?
It was empty.
Clover wasn't there.
Fuck.
There was a door on the other wall.
And it was open.
Oh my god.
We figure she opened the door and left by herself.
Fuck.
We ran after her, of course, but
Well, obviously we didn't find her. You figured that much out.
Clover's gone.
Junpei thought for a
When
moment.
did this happen?
We got here just before you.
You certainly have excellent timing.
So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase?
No, we haven't.
Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern.
Very well then. We'd best separate and look for Clover. We haven't much time left. Let's begin.
Oh, see, actually, once he says that, I immediately run up to 7 and say, yo, we found the 9 door. He will probably be like, hell yeah. And I say, look, I grab June, we go. We leave. Fuck them. We leave.
Yeah.
I don't care what he says. We leave. There are quick nods all around, and the 6 remaining players spread out. Junpei and June ran into the central hospital room and looked around.
She's not here.
No, she isn't.
They searched a little longer, but with no luck. They couldn't find Clover.
There's no sign of her. Let's go.
Finally, they gave up and left the central hospital room. Slowly, they made their way back to the hallway. At last, they reached the stairs, and Junpei spoke.
All right. I'm thinking we should probably split up.
No.
I'll head back to the stairs and take the elevator down to E deck. June, you can take the stairs up to B deck.
All right, that sounds good.
No.
But,
What?
could you stop calling me by that code name when we're alone?
That's fair.
Huh? Sure, right. I'll do that.
Mate, calm down. Calm down, buddy. There was a reason Junpei persisted in calling her June even when they were alone. Although perhaps not the best reason. He was embarrassed to call her by the nickname he'd used when they were children. Connie. Canny? Connie? 9 years ago, it came naturally after all if they were children. But now that they were adults, it felt strange. Regardless of what he might hope for, to call a woman he wasn't dating by such a childish nickname felt odd to him. Of course, to call her Miss Kurashiki would even be more awkward, and simply Kurashiki would seem a little brusque. Brusque. And although he couldn't put his finger on why, it felt somewhat forced to call her Akane when they haven't seen one another for so long. In short, it was simply easier for him to call her June and leave it at that.
Jumpy.
No, it's nothing.
All right, I'm going then.
Yeah, be careful, Kane.
June, or perhaps more appropriately Connie, blushed and smiled.
You be careful too, Jumpy.
Oh my good god. Just leave already!
Yeah, got it. Take
Just
care.
grab Seven and just say, fuck this boat, we're leaving. Seven's gonna be the awkward third wheel, I don't care. Junpei looked after her for a moment. She ran up the stairs and then turned around and took off for the hallway. Going down. I would be fucking leaving with Seven in June right now. So much easier. Tragedy always strikes when one least expects it. But to wait for a man to stand before striking him down seems almost crueler than dealing the fatal blow while he lays on the ground. A light in a dark place, June's smile had given him hope, both for escape and possibility for something else. It was hope that raised his spirits just enough that they might soon be fully dashed. He opened the elevator door, and there she was. A woman sat slouched against the wall. Lotus. Junpei felt his blood turn to ice. Her body was limp, and her skin smooth and pale as always. Oh, fuck me. Covered in bright red blood. Junpei felt his chest constrict. Fuck me. He couldn't breathe, and his legs began to shake. A slow, cold drip of sweat trickled down his back. He felt his stomach somersault. Junpei's mind went blank, all his thoughts replaced with endless hissing white. Driven by a little more than instinct, he began to walk toward Lotus slowly. Each slow movement of his stiff limbs brought him closer to her corpse. Finally, he stood next to her. Robotically, he bent down and put his hand against her neck. There was no pulse, no rise and fall of breathing. She was slightly warm. Something, somewhere in Junpei's shaken mind told him that meant she had been killed recently. Yes, Junpei thought, his mind slowly returning, she had been killed. Someone had killed her. There was a deep cut on the left side of her chest. Blood still oozing from it, although clearly her heart had stopped beating some time ago. The weapon had been a knife, then? Perhaps she'd been stabbed in the heart once. She would have died immediately. He took little comfort from knowing she must have suffered very little. Only then did Junpei notice. Lotus's bracelet was gone.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only two ways to do so. One, you escape from this ship. Two, your heart rate reaches 0.
Yeah, her heart rate did reach 0.
In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confine of the ship, or the backside of the mirror's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
Was that why the killer had ended Lotus's life? So that they might have the number 8 bracelet. If that was true, then the killer was whoever wanted the number 8 bracelet. Or perhaps more accurately, the person who would gain the most by obtaining bracelet number 8. Who was that? Who would benefit from the most from the number 8 bracelet? The thought had only entered Junpei's mind when... Fuck! He heard a noise. Oh my god, I'm dying. God damn it. A sound like a sharp knife cutting through wet meat. It struck him as strange as the noise came from inside his own body. A moment later, the pain hit him. It wasn't merely pain, there was heat, extreme heat as well. He felt as though molten iron had been splashed against the side of his body. Finally, his brain made the connection that he had been stabbed. But where? His body was quickly going numb. He couldn't tell where the knife had met his flesh. Oh my god. Given the circumstances, however, he had most likely been stabbed in the back. Fuck me. Pussy. Who stabbed me in the back? Whoever had killed Lotus had now done the same to Junpei as well. Turn around, dude. I want to see the killer. I want to see their face. Oh, god damn it. His voice was little more than a weak groan. With what little strength he had left, Junpei turned his body, trying to catch a glimpse of his attacker. Ow. But as he did, the knife dug itself in deeper, twisting viciously. He collapsed to the floor, a puppet with its strings cut. His arms and legs lay where they fell, oddly twisted and awkwardly positioned. Junpei's body was entirely numb. He could feel the blood leaking out of him, but nothing would move. Nothing save his eyes. As he lay on the floor, his life ebbing away, Junpei finally saw his attacker. Two tiny images of the killer reflected in his eyes. With that recognition came nothing. He felt no emotions, not anger, not sadness, not regret. The paralysis that had climbed his body had reached his mind. His killer glanced down at his body. No, don't pull this bullshit. Then, without a word, climbed into the elevator and was gone. His eyesight began to fade, the world grew blurry and began to dissolve into an empty white fog. The fog crept into the edges of his mind and worked inexorably inward. Soon it swallowed up the last that remained of Junpei's mind, and his consciousness left him. There was nothing more. Into utter emptiness he fell, into zero. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. Bad end. No shit. Fuck! Who was it? Answer me, goddammit! Cut and run. Who was it, though? You have reached one ending. Congratulations, this game has multiple endings. In order to experience all the endings, you need to play through the game multiple times. Make sure to save your progress now to retain all information you have acquired. Memory of Escape has been added to the title screen. Memory of Escape enables you to replay the escape rooms you have completed. Would you like to save the info you obtained during this playthrough? After saving, the game will restart from the beginning. Please select the save slot. Yes, please. Save chart, access the flowchart, or return to this title screen to start from the beginning. Interesting. It's locked. Unlocked? Huh. So I could go to various different ones and go to areas. Interesting. Huh. So should I go all the way back, or should I just not go all the way back? So these are all different choices that could have been made. Though it was locked and I couldn't go to this one. I might go to here, because it would allow me to make another choice. This was the choice which room I would go into, I believe. So let's go here. Let's go in here. Go. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 7 pieces.
Okay, 7 pieces, yeah.
Just double checking.
Yes, just like you told us earlier.
Yeah. Already read all that. They all party. interesting. Let's skip to which door I want. I would say let's go with... Okay, we already went to door 6. I say door 2 is where I should go then. Let's go door 2.
My choice is door 2.
Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating?
Cheating?
I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted.
What the fuck? You didn't ask me that before.
How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier.
Let me see that.
Okay.
Sure, here.
I had 3 pieces of paper ready.
Oh, you sneaky bastard. Wow.
And I put the one with door 6 on it into the pot. I just needed to make sure I drew last. After I saw everyone else's result, I just chose whatever door I wanted.
Wow. Okay, so that's how he cheated the system.
If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper out.
Oh, okay. Okay then. That makes sense.
Well, what does it say?
Damn. He fought the urge to smirk. Damn, that's fucking... That's terrible.
You got lucky.
Lucky. Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated. Fucking lucky my ass.
Alright,
Let's go 7 and Lotus.
so we know who's going through door 2. That'd be me, Lotus, and Junpei.
7, 8, 5, and 20.
The only problem's the other 2 teams.
They just merge.
June and I want door 6.
Clover and I choose door 1.
That's not good.
If they merge, they can go through door 6 together, I believe. No, they go through door 1, that is. Because of Clover and Ace, which would be... Actually, no, they could just... 5 plus 9. Yeah, no, they can just go through with door 6.
We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people.
They can open door 6 altogether, though. Everyone was silent. Then suddenly Clover spoke, her face blank and cold.
Why don't Santa and June go into door 1 with Ace?
Huh?
Well,
They looked at each other, one another. 3, 6, 1 equals 10, 1 equals 1. Finally, Ace
And
spoke.
what will you do, Clover?
I'll be waiting at the stairs.
Oh, that's reassuring.
You guys are coming back here, right? That's what 7 was saying, wasn't it?
Yeah, why can't just Clover 4 and 1, 5, go with, what's his foot called? Because I believe that would be enough, because... Oh, no, that would... No, never mind. I did the math wrong there. Fuck. Yeah, that's wrong. That'd been what 7 said.
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9.
I accidentally counted, like, 1 extra one.
We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9.
True.
That's how the nonary game works.
I'm sorry, but I just want to be by myself for a while.
That's fair.
You understand, right?
Yeah, that's fair. There was no emotion on her face, but it was drawn and pale, and her eyes were red. No one had the heart to contradict her. The room grew very quiet. Silence drifted down over everything like a blanket of fresh snow. It was Santa who finally spoke.
all right. I'm going through door 1. That all right with you, June?
Yes.
June nodded.
Well, we'll be going then.
Let's move too.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go.
Just like that, their paths were set.
I won't see June for a while, but this was my choice. I'm just going to have to suck it up. 7 said we'd all see each other again, and I'm going to believe that.
Yep. He took strength from that thought.
The other group went to A deck to go through door 1.
We'll be on B deck,
Clover joined them. Our group is on our way too.
I think.
We're heading to the bottom deck using the elevators.
Oh, never mind, bottom deck.
I wonder what we'll find down there.
Hopefully, easier room than that last one. Ugh! They stepped off the elevator and headed for the door.
We ready?
Yeah, anytime.
I'll go first.
One by one, they put their palms onto the recognition device, and 3 asterisks blinked to life on its screen. Time to go.
Let's go!
The door opened, and they left inside.
Where the hell is it this time?
Oh, I swear to God.
I don't see it!
Oh, there it is! It's right there!
Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the dead. It had been placed just inside the room, right next to the numbered door. They gathered around and quickly scanned each of their bracelets.
It stopped.
Yeah, it stopped.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Seven and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
Man, I'll never get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to.
Exactly.
We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
Damn right.
Damn right, that's how I feel.
All right.
Junpei looked around again.
This hallway's pretty short, but it's got 5 doors. 3 on the left, and only 1 on the right.
Oh, there you go.
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna get anywhere that way.
After taking a look around the room himself, Seven spoke.
All right, let's get started. I think we'd probably better split up. You two okay with that?
That's fine.
Yes, no problem.
Sure thing.
Then I'll take this first one.
Seven nodded to them and stepped into the room closest to them.
I'll try the one next to it.
At last, Junpei was left alone.
Well, I guess I'd better get started too.
He looked intently at the remaining 3 doors.